Now, yesterday, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell announced there's going to be a delay on the vote on health care until after the July 4th recess, pushing it off back into July. Our next guest says Republicans are still, however, focused like a laser on tax cuts. Joining us now, House Ways and Means Committee Chair, Congressman Kevin Brady. He writes the tax code. Congressman, welcome to the program. Good to have you with us.
Stuart, thanks for having me back.
Now, I said in the introduction that you are focused on tax cuts. Seems to us that you've slimmed down the big reform proposal, and now it's just what you can get, and that will be tax cuts. Have I got it right?
No, you don't. We are focused. Absolutely not. Here's why. Look, tax cuts alone won't make you as competitive, certainly won't drive more jobs and supply chains our direction. So we're pushing for tax reform, bold, permanent, doing it now in 2017. And our goal is to leapfrog America from 31st in the world in tax code competitiveness into the top 3.
Okay.
And to do that, we've got to redesign the way we do it.
Have you got time to redesign the tax code, bearing in mind that the health care debate is now pushed well into July? You don't have that time to do that huge reform proposal.
We do, and here's why. So, thankfully, Ways and Means Committee Republicans have been working 5 years toward this moment in history to be able to do tax reform. We're working closely with President Trump's team in the Senate on this as well to get toward a single unified tax reform plan, a redesign of the way we tax in a very fair, simple, pro-growth way. And we're still on track to deliver that this year in 2017. I haven't seen anything yet that has knocked us off that timetable. In fact, we have a lot of work to do, no question about it, Stuart, but we continue on that timetable.
So they're working day and night on health care reform. It's been 6-7 months since the president won the election on November the 8th. We do not yet have agreement on health reform. In fact, the disagreement is widening. There are now 9 senators who are not on board with the reform plan. Why do you say that we can get to full-scale tax reform by this year when we've got such a limited time left?
So apparently I'm disagreeing with you on everything today. I'm not sure why that is, but we've been running parallel tracks on tax reform and health care. Look, health care reform is complicated, has big impacts. The Senate is going through much of the process. The House did as well, making sure we've covered all the bases on affordability, restoring the free market, returning control out of Washington. So I think it's good they take their time to get it right. On the tax reform side of it, look, I just got off the phone with Secretary Mnuchin. Our tax teams met again yesterday. They are today as well. And so we are just simply not letting anything distract us from what we have to deliver this year on big, bold, permanent tax reform.
Can I just say what I think are the priorities? And this is my opinion. Cut the corporate tax rate to make us competitive around the world. Item 1. Cut the tax rate applied to small business operators, those who file under a subchapter S. Very important for small business and growth. Cut the tax rate on individuals. Very important to get money back into people's pockets, back into the economy. Those surely are the 3 priorities, are they?
You know, they are. And I would add probably a 4th here in the sense that giving our businesses full and unlimited expensing, the ability to write off new investment in building equipment, software, technology, and inventory is half of the economic growth in tax reform, so we're going bold in that regard as well. But no, I think those are the priorities. Those are our priorities as well.
Why not just have a bill that says those 3 things or 4 things, that's it, just do it?
Well, we also have to redesign the individual tax side to make it simpler and fair for families. That is a very high priority for them. We also have to make sure our companies that are competing worldwide, when they succeed, can bring those earnings back to be reinvested in the United States. So in those priorities, there are several iterations that are equally pro-growth that would have to be in this. So look, we are focused on the biggest, boldest growth we can get.
Go for it, sir. Senator,
yes, sir.
Congressman Kevin Brady writes the tax code. Thanks for joining us, sir. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Stuart.
Yes, sir.